Adhere Gear Prototype Program. It is January, I think it's the 9th, and worked for about 8 hours, 8 or 9 today, and we're still going to do like another couple more, probably like 2 or 3. It's about 9:30 at night, so probably kick it until about 12:30. What we have is the lid cutout failed miserably. I don't know what happened with my math, but it just didn't come out. It came out like an inch short, so that really sucks because this PVC is really expensive because this is the thicker one. Then we have the walls for the slide out. That also failed pretty miserably. This is going to be, I think, the third or fourth time that we're rebuilding it. Unfortunately, I have to get the degrees. I have to get 44.3 degrees on one side and 47 on the other. You can kind of see there. For whatever reason, my track came in slightly off. I mean, it's so slight, it's nuts, but it is based on degrees. So in order to make the slide out real smooth, to go in and out, it really needs to be just right. So the theory is we'd have something like that. And you can kind of get a sense of what it would look like. You can see my gap. Actually, it's a pretty big gap. Not much I can do about it. We are probably going to frame out these walls using some aluminum. Instead of these separators. And we might still put the separators in there, but give it something to bite onto for figuring out how these would actually attach to each other. And then we'll also have the secondary row of two walls, and then we have a system that we'll be doing with these and a few of these aluminum plates to get it to properly slide in and out. Other than that, everything is going pretty well. We got the trim finally. We sanded it real good, polished it up, got it installed, so that looks good. That's one of the factors that actually threw off our math was once we put in the trim, we forgot to calculate the thickness of the aluminum. So we did sand it down pretty good, but we did get the LED lights installed. We ordered another round for a couple other areas for either the side pods or for the core pod in the front. Trying to figure out how we can illuminate the front. We think it's a really good feature to have for at nighttime when you're traveling on a bike or hiking at night, or if you're just walking, to be able to have the ability to to illuminate the back area. We were thinking this actually has a lot of nice safety features into it, being able to illuminate like that in the city and having GPS tracking and EMS emergency capabilities to call 911 and everything else. There's just a lot of great rescue applications and safety applications built into this system to really help people always kind of have what they need on hand in almost all cases and scenarios. So again, it's completely adaptable and customizable. I have a feeling that in the future we're going to be doing different iterations. In my mind, there's like a firefighter version. There's a basic version for the consumer. I also see a version for aquatics, and I'm going to be bold. I actually see a version for outer space. So I think there's a lot of iterations yet to come. This is V1 version 1. It's going great, and I'm excited to see it birthed into this world and making a big splash. Here we get a prototype program. We're working on the sidewall for the slide out. What we've decided to do is to mount inside the wall a 13,000 microamp hour lithium battery, and we're going to power the 2 LED lights off of that, and then we're going to have a charger that comes down and ties into the other system. It was tough to figure out how to get some structure in here. We ended up tripling down on the wall thickness, and then cutting out an access panel that'll sit on top. So it'll kind of be like that. Something like that. And then we'll make a cover that fits in there. But this allows us to be able to turn it on and off and to, do any service work that we need in charging it. The rest of the battery, you don't really need the access. so it works just fine, just operating like that. So what we'll do is we'll probably just go ahead and glue it down and move on to the next one. So, and here you're out. We've got the first slide out kind of mocked up. It is mostly glued together except for the track. The track is going to be that, so that there's a recessed lid that compresses, and we're trying to decide if it's going to go all the way around or just on the two sides. Gives you a good idea of the fabrication work that we had to do. A lot of fabrication work in the last week and a half in terms of metal. So, and then here's the other wall, the smart wall. It has the battery embedded inside. It's got some structure. We're going to cut an access right there for the wire to come out for the LED light. We have our mounting points for the walls. So, pretty much something like that. We're probably going to tap in a couple of screws, drilling through the aluminum into the actual structure, and that'll hopefully tie it together a little bit tighter. Then, like I said, we'll have the access panel, and you can see we've got, you can see the battery in there.